Our final video for this chapter is going to focus on how plate tectonics actually occur. We have convection inside of our mantle, where hot magma likes to rise towards the surface and colder material likes to sink. So we see that during plate tectonics, we can have things called slab pull and ridge push develop at our different types of plate boundaries. Along a convergent boundary where we have subduction occurring and that colder, denser lithosphere is being pushed into the earth, we're actually going to see that it's going to be denser than the magma that it's being pushed into. So it's going to be pulled deeper into the mantle due to gravity. If we look at a divergent boundary, on the other hand, here we'll see something that's called a ridge push. As these two plates are separating, because there's a change in elevation along that mid-ocean ridge, gravity is going to start pushing those two plates further apart. So we'll see that as we have plates subducting at a convergent boundary and plates diverging at a divergent boundary, this is going to allow convection to develop better inside of our mantle. So while we know that convection is occurring inside of our mantle, because we haven't been there or been able to sample it really, a lot of it's still conjecture. But we think that there are two possible ways that we can have convection. Convection, again, is happening because we have this really hot core at the center of our Earth that's heating all of the magma nearby. This hot magma is going to rise towards the surface, where it's going to move beneath our lithosphere, those plates, but eventually those plates are going to subduct or start sinking back down into the mantle. But those plates are colder and denser, so they're going to sink back down until they eventually melt, get heated, and rise back up to the surface. But there's two possible ways that this convection, this transfer of heat, can happen between our core and our crust. And the first is called whole mantle convection. And this would be where we have just one cycle of really hot magma coming from our core all the way to our colder crust and then back down to our hotter core. And this is possible, but our mantle is thousands of miles thick. So it's unlikely that it's going to act as one entire layer. But instead, one other idea is called the layered cake model, where the mantle is going to have different layers, just like layers of a cake, where the magma is going to move around and convect from areas that are hotter to areas that are colder. And while we don't exactly know how convection happens, how magma moves around in our mantle, we know that it does, and that this is the reason why plate tectonics happen, why the surface of our Earth is slowly moving around over time.